Hello, future sharks, and welcome to our application webinar on our doctoral programs. My name is Angelica Zadak, and I represent the Graduate Admissions Department at Nova Southeastern University's College of Computing and Engineering, or the CCE for short. As a heads up, everyone will be muted during this presentation for the best sound quality. The goal of this presentation is to guide you through our application requirements, process, and provide suggestions to help you prepare a competitive application for our graduate programs at the CCE. So let's dive right in. We offer 3 doctoral programs at the CCE. They include computer science, cybersecurity management, and information systems. Our doctoral programs follow a unique format. The core courses are a blend of on-campus and on-campus online activities. On-campus mandatory face-to-face meetings are held on the Fort Lauderdale Davie campus, once per term from Wednesday to Friday. Students are required to attend all their scheduled class sessions, and between these sessions, students work on course assignments and research and participate in online activities involving interaction with faculty and with other students. After core courses, students must complete at least 2 research courses and at least 24 credits of dissertation. As a note, for fall 2021, we hope to resume the face-to-face on-campus sessions. However, because of COVID-19, we may have them held virtually. Furthermore, our doctoral programs are not suited for international students who will need an I-20 to study in the US, as the primary delivery of these programs is online, and there will only be 2 on-campus sessions per year. Students can take a maximum of 2 core courses per semester, which is considered full-time. That means that you can complete your core courses over 4 semesters if you decide to go down that path. After that, the 2 research courses would be taken consecutively, which would be 2 additional semesters, followed by 1 year minimum of dissertation. Most students do go on and register for continuing dissertation anywhere between a year and a year and a half, again, depending on the student, their research interests, and other factors. So overall, the minimum amount of credits is 64 or 67. However, it can definitely extend beyond that. On average, it takes between 4 to 7 years to complete the doctoral programs. Again, depending on the pace of coursework and the time spent during the research and dissertation portion of the program. You'll have a maximum of 10 years to complete your doctoral program. So let's talk about the admission requirements. The admission requirements for the doctoral programs include a master's degree with an overall GPA of 3.25, completion of the online application with the $50 application fee, all official transcripts, a resume or CV, 3 letters of recommendation, an essay, and program-specific admission requirements. So let's look at these items in a little bit more detail. We do require a bachelor's degree transcript for the admissions committee to review. Please allow sufficient time to submit the official transcripts. We do accept copies of transcripts for review purposes. However, note that if you are admitted, it would be on a provisional status. And what that means is that you can register only for the first term, and you would not be able to receive financial aid. But once you submit those official transcripts, then you would be considered fully admitted, receive financial aid, and all those other benefits that will help you fulfill your admission. You can also apply to our graduate programs while you are enrolled in your last semester of your current program. To do this, you'll need an official transcript from your institution showing degree in progress. You'll also need a degree verification letter confirming your expected graduation date. And if admitted, we will require a final official transcript once your degree is conferred. The content of your resume or CV should provide a descriptive account of your academic background and professional experience. Highlight the areas of experience that pertain to the program you're applying to. Whether it comes from the past, the present, or the near future, include them all. Remember, the only difference between a resume and a CV is that the CV includes more detailed information about your professional career, articles published, awards, and recognitions. Letters of recommendation are descriptive evaluations from professors or from people in a position to comment on your career promise and potential to be successful in the program. These recommendations hold the most value. Letters of recommendation are requested electronically through your account after you submit your application. If applying after earning a master's degree from the CCE, request letters of recommendation from the CCE professors. It's as easy as that. Request letters of recommendation as soon as possible because you can't rush a meaningful recommendation and you definitely don't want to. For your essay, the content of your essay and quality of your writing will be evaluated by the admissions committee. And you should make sure to cover all points requested in that essay. So you want to discuss your reasons for pursuing this degree, discuss your academic strengths and weaknesses as they pertain to your intended program, discuss your areas of interest in research. You should justify your research interests in particular with respect to your education, expertise, and aspirations. Finally, describe how you plan to balance your personal and professional responsibilities with the time commitment required for the program, which is about 10 hours per week per course and 15 to 20 hours per dissertation. There isn't a specific format for the essay, but we recommend you keep it to less than 2 pages or less. There is no interview during the committee review process, so that makes this essay even more important. It's your voice. Keep in mind, grammar is just as important as content here. Overall, you may add additional documents to strengthen the application, such as standardized test scores, letters of recommendation, and certificates. You can email all of these directly to us and we'll add them in for you. And the best part is, there is no GRE required. So aside from the general requirements for our graduate programs, program-specific requirements highlight the kind of requirements that are specific to the degree program of your interest. Essentially, it's a background knowledge that the admissions committee looks for in a potential candidate. I recommend looking into the program-specific requirements on our website before applying. And I'll show you at the end of this presentation where this can be found. I also recommend watching our academic program guidance webinar on our YouTube channel, where we dive into this with a little bit more detail. Ultimately, the admissions committee reviews a file as a whole and makes their decision based on the evidence of potential for success in the doctoral program, doctoral level research, and the completion of the doctoral dissertation. For our doctoral programs, there are 2 entry terms in a year, in the winter and fall. Each lasts 16 weeks. To ensure a decision is made in time for your desired semester, applications and all required documents must be ready for review at least 2 months prior to the start of the term. We highly recommend you submit your application and all required documents by the preferred deadline. Late applications that can't be processed in time for your desired semester would be considered for the next available semester. And your application is good for a year. Please keep in mind, admissions decisions are made on a rolling basis. So we accept applications all year long. Now, let's see what your admissions process will look like. Once you begin your application online, you can submit your required documents by the preferred deadline. Once your application is submitted, our review committee will oversee your application. This may take 1 month for doctoral applications. Once the committee reviews your application, you'll receive a decision letter, and this is where it gets exciting. If you're admitted as a student, we'll connect you with one of our incredible graduate advising staff members. They're the ones who will help you register for your first courses as an official doctoral student at the CCE. Here, I want to emphasize again, if you are provisionally admitted, we recommend you submit your official documents as soon as possible. So let's see how to get you started with the application process. The first step is creating an account. Make sure to create a new graduate account. Please keep in mind the email you use will be your permanent username for this account. This means that you can change the email where you receive communications from us later on, but when you sign back in, you will use the email that you originally created the account with as your username. If you forget your password, don't worry about it. Just click Forgot Your Password. And if you still need additional assistance, there's an 800 number at the bottom of the screen. The link to the application is apply.nova.edu. And I'll show you how to get there from our website at the end of the presentation as well. Step 2 is starting your application. You can save your application and still make changes to it, such as the term or major later on. Step 3 is the big one, submitting your application. If you need to make changes to the term or major, just let us know and we'll help you out. The fourth and final step is submitting documents or supplemental items. This is where you can view your application status, see all required documents listed, and upload certain documents such as your resume or CV. Now, let's take a look at that website. Welcome to the CCE homepage. You can access this directly by typing in computing.nova.edu. On the homepage and anywhere from the website, you can apply using this yellow tab. Once you click there, you can click on the Graduate and Professional portal, which leads you to the application page we saw in the presentation. But if you're looking for more information before you hit apply, you can go to the tabs up above and click on Graduate and Professional. You can check out the tuition and costs for the doctoral programs, as well as the admissions page, where we have a bunch of great information, including detailed information about the PhD requirements. So you'll see the term dates and deadlines listed here, admission requirements, and a little bit more information about the essay that you'll have to write, program-specific admission requirements, and information for international students. We also have an FAQ section. If you have any questions, maybe they've been answered before. And we have an admissions event page where you can sign up to events just like this one here by clicking these links and filling out the registration pages. If you've missed an event or there was one you heard about in the past, you can check out our YouTube channel. And here we have a bunch of cool stuff. We have some information about some of our programs, events that have happened before in our college, and we have webinars that have happened in the past where you can get more information or refer to admission details that we went over here and recommend this information to other people who might be interested. The most important thing to do here is subscribe and hit the notification button. So as new things come up, you'll be in the know. Now let's get back to the presentation. Before I begin the Q&A section, I'd like to thank you all so much again for joining us for the PhD application webinar. This presentation will be available on the CCE YouTube page, just like you saw before, for future reference. And again, feel free to share it with whoever is interested. We also understand that you might have questions that are specific to you and would specifically affect your admission. So feel free to reach out to us. We don't bite. You can use the information shown here to ask us any questions you may have. We also encourage that you book an appointment for one-on-one consultation, and you can do that by following the link here listed too. We also would very much like if you could stay connected with us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, like you saw before, and LinkedIn. Now I'd like to introduce you to Bao, who will assist you with your questions. You can type questions in the Q&A box. I see there is a few questions there already, or raise your hands to ask questions out loud. Bao?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending our application webinar today. I hope you did find the information helpful. Again, my name is Bao, and I'm also part of the graduate admissions team. So like Angelica said, if you have any specific questions that you want to discuss outside of this presentation, you're more than welcome to book an appointment with us and just go to the contact page that we have there on this slide here, and we'd be happy to assist you. All right, so I'll go ahead and start answering questions. Please, again, like she said, you can type in the question, or if you want to say your question out loud, just raise your hand and we'll be able to help you out. So the first question we have is, what's the cost of the program? So Angelica, would you mind going back to the tuition page, please?
I'm just going to take us out of this for a quick sec so I can navigate.
So depending on if you are going for the computer science program or if you're going for the other two programs, cybersecurity management, information systems, the range of the total cost will be between $78,144. So that's for the computer science program. And then for the cybersecurity management program and the information systems program, it'll be $81,807. And you'll also see that if you refer to the slide about the tuition cost. There's a lot.
I also have here up the webpage where you can view the tuition costs and fees. And you can reference this again if you go to the top right tab, Graduate and Professional, and Tuition and Costs. So it's available always for your reference.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Angelica. Okay, and then we have our next question. Does the admissions committee look for a specific proposed research topic or just a general area of interest? That is actually a great question. So the committee, part of the admissions process is the essay that Angelica just mentioned earlier, and where you'll be talking about your research topic interest, right? So you'll actually have a chance to express, topics that you're interested in. So at the beginning, they're not looking for a specific proposed research topic. Well, they want you to be as specific as possible, and they want to know that you're thinking about research topics, right? So that's why they ask on the essay to provide, you know, what you're interested in researching. And if you want to keep it general for now, you can. Eventually, you will have to hone in on a topic, and that is during the research process. So during the research process is where you'll work with a faculty advisor to pick a research topic that is of interest to you, and also a topic that the faculty advisor would also be able to support you in as well. So it'll get more and more specific as you go down the path from taking the core courses to the research courses. And you do need that research topic to be approved before you actually are able to go into the dissertation phase. So again, as Angelica mentioned earlier, you'll be required to take at least 2 semesters of the research course. And then within those 2 semesters, hopefully you'll be able to pick your topic, get it approved, and then move on to the dissertation process. So if you're not able to get a topic just yet, you know, you'll continue to work with your faculty advisor, and you'll also continue to register for the research course until that gets done. So I hope I answered your question. If it didn't, feel free to elaborate further. Wonderful. Okay, you're welcome. All right, everyone, don't be afraid to, you know, put in your questions here. This is the great time. You have all of us here to assist you with your questions, any concerns that you have. We are ready and willing to help out.
Val, I have a couple. One is there a way we can see the research areas the faculty are working on?
Yeah, so, okay, so the question is there a way we can see the research areas the faculty are working on? Yeah, actually, that is one of our best features about our programs. Angelica, would you mind going to the our research page on the website? It's going to be at the top. So if you go to About Us and you click on Research, so this is where all our research information lives that you can take a look at. You can look at past dissertations as well. So it's a great place to look at, you know, dissertations that have been done in the past. So, you know, if you're not sure what kind of research topic you're going to do, or what you know what has been supported in the past, you know, you can definitely do that. Just go on here and you can take a look, and you'll also actually be able to see the professors that were a part of that committee for that dissertation. So you'll be able to take a look at, you know, which professors, you know, were there, and then that tells you a little bit more about which professors may be able to assist you, you know, with your specific research topic as well. You know, and you'll also be able to go to the faculty page as well to look at, you know, each faculty, they have their, like, a little bit more information about them, you know, what their expertise is, all of that too, that's here. And it's all here, so you can read a little bit about their profile, you know. And what I recommend is during the core courses, you know, as you're taking these courses, get to know the professors, you know, their background, see which one, you know, you think would be of interested or would be able to support you in your research topic, and kind, you can approach them and ask them, because you actually are able to do that. So you actually have the choice to choose a faculty advisor. You won't be assigned a professor automatically, right? So so that's the great thing about our PhD programs, is you have the ability to do that. All right, and our next question is, can you speak to the differences between the computer science and information systems program? Okay, so for the computer science program, it is a very technical program. So typically those that don't have a computer science background or a related background, I would not recommend to apply to the program, especially at the PhD level. If you are adamant about applying for computer science, if you're really interested in that, then what I would recommend is to either take a bachelor's, get a bachelor's in computer science, or go for a master's. Like if you already have a bachelor's, take some bachelor core courses in the bachelor's program, then get a master's, and then and then go into the PhD. So that one is very technical. And then for the information systems program, that one you can, the committee is able to consider students or potential students from more of a varied background. So if you come from business, for example, you can definitely apply to that program. There is still a level of expectation of a little bit of knowledge background in that field or in technology. However, they're definitely willing to consider, if you have a master's, if you have at least have a master's degree from a regionally accredited institution. So I hope that helps. It's a little bit less technical. And so, if that's kind of like what you're kind of looking for, then I would definitely recommend for that one. Okay, so our next question is it possible to change?
Hi, everyone. Oh, you're good. Okay.
Sorry, I apologize about that. So the question is it possible to change from one to the other if it doesn't feel like a good fit? So yeah, so I'm thinking the question is it possible to change majors, right, from one to the other if it doesn't work out? So for the like I said before, the computer science program is very technical. So that one, if you're not qualified for that program, you would not be able to go from information systems to computer science, for example. If you are qualified for computer science, then you have a better chance of switching to information systems or cybersecurity management if you want to. Now, what I would recommend is, whichever program you're interested in, you could apply to the program that, you feel you would qualify for. And if you later on, if you want to switch to a program, you can make a request for the academic advisor, and that way you don't have to submit another application. But again, that's really, I would say, probably only bouncing back between the cybersecurity management program and the information systems program.
Hi, Angelica. I'm sorry, everyone. This is Emily Ibanez. I'm also part of the team. I'd be happy to answer the following question.
Hello, everyone. My name is Levin Lee Jean Joseph. I'm also part of the admission team. We do have a question. This question is for everyone. When should I apply if I am currently finishing a master's degree? We what we recommend is that you apply as soon as, once you're in your last term, and at your last term and current progress, basically, is when you would start applying for your application for the degree. For an example, let's say for fall of 2021, right now we in March. Let's say that your last term for your master's is in the summer. So it would be great to start mid-June or July, due to the fact that we do require that you submit all documentations within 2 months prior to the preferred deadline to give enough time for the committee to review your application. And following that same question, it states that if I, in my graduate school, sent the official transcript years ago, do I still send my transcripts again? Yes, you do. We do recommend that you submit all official transcripts to all institutions that you attended. Now, if you have an unofficial copy of your transcripts, it is acceptable. However, do keep in mind, as my colleague Angelica mentioned before, that you probably may be admitted provisionally, but do keep in mind that the official copies are required. This is if you are admitted, okay? If you have any other questions, I hope I answered your questions for you based on what I just mentioned. And again, if you have any other questions, please feel free to raise your hands or type it in the Q&A, or better yet, in the chat box. We're here for you, okay?
I also wanted to mention, along with what Levelly was saying regarding the official transcripts. So I wanted to clarify that if you've already sent official transcript before to us, either from, you know, applying to your previous college or another college, or just for a previous program that you were, you had an application for, if we still have it in the system, then you would not have to apply for, you would not have to submit it. So what would happen is, if when you submit your application, we review your application, and we also check if you have submitted previous transcripts. So if you have, then we would add it to your file, as long as they are official. So if they're unofficial, then, you know, they would not be added. But if they are official, then they would be added, and that way you don't have to add it again. And we'll let you know too. We'll update the file, and you'll see that, you know, whether or not it's been received, and that'll tell you. And then also to the point of the question about, you know, applying in your last semester, like what Levelly said, you know, apply in your last semester, and then you would submit the degree verification letter and the current transcript in progress, and all of that as well. If you're finishing your MBA in 4 weeks, I see it says here, you're finishing your MBA in 4 weeks. If you're applying for the fall semester, I would just wait until your degree is conferred, because then that way you don't have to submit it twice, and you would only submit it once. Yeah, so wait for your degree to be conferred, and then submit it after your degree is conferred. That way you're only submitting the transcript once.
We also had somebody who raised their hand, so I'm going to allow them to talk. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, this is Tolu here. I wanted to ask a question on the bachelor's. I think I spoke with Bao some time ago. So my bachelor's degree is West evaluated, but I have a master's. I have 2 masters here. I'm running up my master's in cybersecurity in May, and I have another master's in business administration. So what would you consider as official? I have a copy of my bachelor's that has been evaluated by World Educational Services, because it was out of the country. Would you accept that if I send a copy of that, or you would still need one directly from West.
Hi, Tolu.
Hi, Bao.
Hi, this is Belle. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Great. So your bachelor's is from out of the U.S. and then both your masters are from the U.S.
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, for your bachelor's, if you have the evaluation report already done, as long as it has your GPA, your course by course evaluation, all of that, then it's fine. You can just give us the copy and we'll add it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then for your masters, to clarify, your masters, we would need the official copy. So, so go ahead and submit the official copy. You said you're finishing your MBA soon?
No, I already have the MBA, Masters of Professional Service, studies in business administration, but I'm rounding up my Masters of Science in cybersecurity in May. May.
Okay, so yeah, so for your masters that you're finishing up in May, let's see. So because you already have the MBA, I would say, yeah, you can submit both. You can submit both transcripts, and then we will send your files for review. As long as your MBA is 3.25 GPA or above, then that should be fine. And then whenever you're ready, just submit the transcripts for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so our next question is, I sent official transcripts a few years ago. How can I check whether their filters are still there? So Andrew, what I would recommend is to book an appointment with me or one of us, and then we can see if we can check for you. Yeah, so we can see if we can do that. Typically that's done after the application is submitted. But if you want to, you can call me and we can see if we can check it.
Actually, Val, if you don't mind me stepping in for just a moment, I'll actually follow up with Andrew and double check on his with the status of his documents.
All right, everyone, don't be shy. We don't bite. We still have a few minutes. And if you have any other questions, please go ahead and either raise your hand, set it at the Q&A, or either the chat box. We're here for you. We have a few minutes. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all your great questions. Again, if you have any questions that weren't answered here today, or you want to ask them one-on-one, make sure to send a phone call or send an email to computing@nova.edu and to book an appointment with one of our admissions counselors. Thank you again for coming, and thank you for making this a great session with all your questions. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.